This is some good coffee. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Famous Cartoonist Says Things in the Morning. I'm your host, Famous Cartoonist, Art Baltazar. That's me right here. I'm doing I'm going to do some art today. Well, not on this show, but later on. Just get my day going. Hope you're here to join me, drink some coffee, and hang out. Man, I need this today. I had a busy weekend. I did lots of paintings. I did a live painting show on Saturday. In case you've seen, I painted that guy. I painted Bat Life in the City. That's what that is. It's Batman hanging out in downtown Chicago, or Gotham, or Indianapolis, or New York, or Los Angeles, wherever you live. That's where he is. What's up, Weasel? My buddy Weasel's watching me. Merry Christmas. Have some coffee. Merry Christmas. Happy birthday. Happy coffee time. I did a live stream painting show on Saturday, and a lot of you guys watched. It was really cool. I did it for 3 hours. I played some awesome music by my friend Vinks, and I had a good time. Hopefully, maybe I'll do that again this Saturday, because I got a few pieces to finish up, like that guy. I'm going to finish up this one. I have several pieces. Hopefully, you guys dug it. Digging it, dug it. Yesterday I did some more drawing. I did a lot of writing yesterday, man. It was a nice day. We painted outside. Me and my kids and my wife painted we painted lawn ornaments, furniture and things, decorations for the backyard, and it's so cool to see the family inspired to paint. I was the paint mix master, so I was giving them paint, and they had a good time. And Patty Leedy says I'm silly. I remember you. Yeah, you're awesome. We met once, but we have a bonding friendship. I feel like that. We just know each other now. And Treese says, hi, Shug. What's up, Treese? Treese likes my hat. Yeah, this is my beret. I was going to paint with it on Saturday, but I didn't want to get paint on it because I like how it sets me apart. Like when I put it on clothing, like, look at that. It tops it off. It balances my wardrobe, so I leave it for those special cases where I need it. I feel like I should be holding something in my hand, like maybe a brush or something. I don't know. Brushes are real far over there. But you guys got to see a glimpse of my art studio on Saturday, which is really cool. It's really painterly. It's messy. It's paint on the floor. There's not messy, but it's organized mess. Where everyone has their organized cast. And then I have toys all over the place. And that would be cool when you see that. Maybe I'll do a tour video one day. Famous Cartoonist does a tour, That'd be cool. This coffee's so good today. I got a little bit of late start because I was up late. I was watching things. We just bought the new Star Wars movie. I just got it. We stepped out of quarantine. And I got some supplies. When I got those boards to paint on, I went and bought the Star Wars, the new DVD, Blu-ray, whatever. So we watched The Rise of Skywalker again. And once you free your mind of anything or expectations, and I really enjoyed the movie. Kylo Ren, I think, is my favorite part. But I liked it. It showed enough of the characters that it kept me going. Billy D. Williams did a great job. Every time he does something, he goes, ha ha, he laughs. But I liked it. And after that, I watched more stuff. What did I watch? I saw some stuff. I don't remember. It's bad when you can't remember. Oh, I watched. You guys are going to hate me. I watched a Matthew Broderick Godzilla movie. I watched that. That was the last thing I watched. But I watched a whole bunch of sitcoms. 2.5 Men I watched with Ashton Kutcher. The Ashton Kutcher episodes. They were okay. They get weird. Back to back, those shows are weird, and they're definitely not for children. And the first season, where Charlie Sheen you could have watched with the family, but now you really can't. You got to watch it with adults. It's weird. It's a weird show. But Just saw it yesterday too. Did you, Eddie, watch Star Wars too? Yeah, man, Billy D's the man. Yeah, I liked it. Yeah, it was a fun time. And then we watched the bonus CDs. That was it. We watched the bonus ones, and we got to see all of the work done behind these things. And I'm amazed that now I know. Well, we always knew why, but now I could see where all the millions of dollars goes, because they had to film that dance scene in the desert, but it was in another country. I think it was in Jordan. I think it was in Jordan where they did that celebration dance scene, and they had to get 450 locals because they couldn't pay to put them all in hotel rooms. So they got 450 locals that they could train to dance, and then they had to get all the fabric to put the clothes on these people. And I know, like, my little production here, how much it cost. How much setup it takes just to set up these two paintings and get the camera just right and put the clothes on, and then that. And then when I make Gucci Nana videos, and they take a while, and sometimes I have to buy something and put it in the prop, or someone needs a hat, or someone needs a vest, something. So I can't imagine something like them filming 450 local people to save money, but then they have to buy fabrics, and now they have to get the cameras, and now they have to make tents. They built tents because it's so hot, and then they have to feed people. They had lunch tents, and I hope maybe Harold's Chicken van was there. I don't know, maybe that'd be nice if they were. But they had, they had to feed all these people, so it was so amazing. Now I'm like, now that scene probably cost them nearly $1 million to film, maybe even more. So that's something like that. After watching the movie and then watching the bonus features, you kind of appreciate more what the movie was, more than what it could have been. I hate you, this, and then you, J.J. Abrams, and who was that other guy? Ryan Dykstra, what was his name? Ryan, whatever his name, Ryan Johnson. You ruined George Lucas, but not. It was, when you look at it that way, it was pretty cool. And I got chills this time when Luke caught the lightsaber in the flames. I thought that was cool. My friend Wayne says, ooh la la, love the beret. Thanks, Wayne. It's my one and only beret. I wanted to get, I do hat shopping all the time when I go to other cities, or sometimes on Easter, or not Easter, but a holiday weekend. Me and my family went to Galena, Illinois, for just a 3-day weekend. It was either Labor Day or one of those weekends. But we walked through the town of Galena, and it's really cool. And there's a cool hat store. I think it's called Hollywood Hats. I think I have their card here. Celebrity hats. There it is. They're not even a sponsor of the show. But I love going there. I love going there because they don't just have one brand. They don't have just Gorin hats or Bailey hats, but they have a whole bunch. And the guy's really he has the hat knowledge. So I don't know if I bought this there, but every time I buy, I see berets. I don't know if I should replace the one I have, because this one might get sad. So I only have one beret. I have several flat caps and fedoras. So I'm going to try to wear a different hat every time I record something, and maybe I'll get an honest number of how many hats I have versus how many episodes of Famous Cartoonist Says Things Live in the morning. That's a pretty good way to count. Or I could just count them. I could just count them instead of trying to remember what I didn't wear, right? Swig for the working man. Let's see what you guys are saying. Anything more? Oh, yeah. The comments are running away from me. And he says, dude, thoughts on Mandalorian? Oh, my God. I love the Mandalorian. That's such good Star Wars. It's good Clint Eastwood Star Wars. It's just really good. His costume's cool. Mandalorian's cool. He's a hero. He's a scoundrel. He's all these cool things. My favorite episode so far is when the Bill Burr episode, with Bill Burr and the other bounty hunters are with him. That's such a good episode. And I don't want to spoil in case you guys didn't see it, but we were watching that one. And even my son said, Dad, the Mandalorian's like Batman. Like, he's got all these tricks. He gets all this stuff. It's just good, man. I wish... that's just good Star Wars. That's like stuff like how when we were kids, we would play with the figures, and those are kind of the type of adventures. You got to save this, go rescue this, go get a group of guys and do this, and then they all fight. So man, that was so good. It's a good show. I watch it. I like to watch it one episode at a time versus binge watching. Even though you binge watch, you still watch one at a time, right? But when you watch one at a time, take a break, take another one, it's much more enjoyable. And when you binge watch it, it feels like it goes slow. But I think it was designed for a weekly viewing. You know, people that aren't going to binge watch it as much. I binged it like twice, like once. But now I watch the whole thing again once and then a whole thing again sporadic. But now I just pick episodes. I just watched that Bill Burr episode. I forget what the episodes are called. It's like episode 6 or 7. And the last two, man, the last two are really good. They go together really good. You could binge those back to back. I recommend it. But yeah, I like all of that stuff. See what Wayne says. When Luke caught the lightsaber, it was just like when he caught it in Return of the Jedi. After R2 threw it at him. Caught it. It was cool. I liked it again. Like I saw it the first time, a lot of people complain about horses running on Star Destroyers. But I'm like, yeah, that was kind of cool. That was cool. It was different. It was something that we never saw in Star Wars. And then I complained about the kiss, Kylo and Rey's kiss. But yesterday I knew it was coming. I saw it and I was okay. It looked good. It didn't look as romantic as I thought it was. It was like she was happy. And it almost felt like how you would kiss a loved one, almost. Not, because it wasn't, it's like how you would kiss your wife after you've seen her when you're on Survivor. But it wasn't a sexy kiss, you know? It was filled with love. There was a lot of love in that kiss, but it wasn't sexy time kiss. So I was okay with that. It didn't shock me because I knew it was coming. But I didn't notice the first time I saw it that Kylo gave his life force to her and he was connected with Leia. I didn't pick that up the first time. I just knew that Leia saved him too. Spoilers, sorry. But I didn't notice that as much the first time because I was trying to watch for other things. And I didn't notice this time when I watched it, I heard more of the voices too that were speaking to Rey. I knew it was coming, so I was paying attention. The first time you see a movie like that, it's so much, all your senses are on, your eyes, your ears, nose, everything. You don't want to hear anything, but you're looking so much at the screen, so tight in every little corner, and I want to pick up every little thing. And it's hard to enjoy it as much as when you see it a second and third time. Like I saw it the second time, and I really liked it. I liked it much more than the first time. And it kind of makes me like The Last Jedi more. And I know a lot of The Last Jedi divided people, and you either have to like it or not like it or hate it or despise it or whatever. But I was, when I first saw it, I loved The Last Jedi, that it was so different, and it did not play to my expectations or my fan theories. It destroyed every theory I had. And that's why I liked it. And then when I watch it more and more, I really like the Rey and Luke Skywalker stuff. And the battle outside was kind of it was okay, but it was okay. But the Canto Bight stuff with the horses and when they rode the Tauntaun horses, that was an awful, that scene was terrible. But that's the only part of that movie I don't enjoy is the Canto Bight stuff. But now when I watch it multiple times, it just looks real Pixar-y, like a digital cartoon for kids. I don't know. It doesn't look right. And this movie, this new one too, Skywalker, man, they really wrote out Rose Tico. They kind of got rid of her. And that other guy, the guy who played in Lost, and he was an elf in that Lord of the Rings movie, where he was a hobbit. He was in the movie. His face is very recognizable, but they didn't do anything. They Rose Tico'd him too. So, but I like the movie, but it's kind of like introduce a character, but then the new guy doesn't know what to do with these guys, so he just throws them back in the background. But I like 3PO a lot in this movie. He was really cool. And we got to see more R2, and I like it all. I enjoyed it very much. I wasn't really trying to analyze it when I was watching it this time. And oh yeah, Wayne, he loves the artwork at the end of the Mandalorian episodes. Yeah, man, They're good. I like that show, and those are very Ralph McQuarrie esque, but they're very they're very good. Like you can see the pencils and the sketches, and I like when they draw a character that you could tell they didn't cast the guy yet. Like when they drew, whenever they draw a human head face, it's a generic guy, and it doesn't match the actor. It's much like how remember those Indiana Jones movie production pieces that were before they made the movie. They had Steranko drew all of them, and Han Solo looked like he almost looked like the Man of Bronze. That guy, Doc Savage. Where he had the shirt was ripped open, and he was all posing. He had a much more angular jaw, like Superman almost, and that's what does remind me of like Steranko's drawings of Indiana Jones, and that's what the Mandalorian drawings remind me of that, and that's really cool. That's some cool, good behind the scenes stuff, man. It's like did Nick, how you doing, Nick? Nick, did you read any of the Star Wars Adventures books? All ages stuff. I did not. I saw them. I skimmed through them, and take a swig. Before those books came out, I was offered. IDW offered me to pitch some story ideas, and I wrote up a pitch and sent it to them, and it just didn't make it. The whole line they were looking for it went out to be the Star Wars Adventures, and I just didn't read it because I don't know. I don't read a lot of comics. I read comics that come across my way, but I looked at them at the store, but then I put them back on the shelf so we could sell them. But they are cool. From what I saw, they are cool. And a lot of the artists and writers in there I know, and I'm really glad that they get to work on it. And it was fun stuff. So I'm okay with that. But I mean I think my pitch not going through, I'm okay with that. But because my thing was more like a Tiny Titan Star Wars thing, and it was really cool. But maybe I'll show you pictures next time, or on my live stream or something. And but yeah, I dig those. The covers are really nice. I know they did a Rose Tico adventure, and they did a lot of. I think the first episode had Rey, and then Finn was in there, but they were cool. In this new movie too, I like the dynamic with the three main characters, and Poe was a lot better. I like Poe a lot more in this movie than any other movie because you get a little bit of his backstory. You get hints that he was a scoundrel, ladies' man. So I thought he was the best character too. Kylo Ren and Poe really stood out more than anything. And Poe was cool because he just wanted to save the day and fight. He didn't have a major story arc. He wasn't over dramatic, and he was really cool. And I wish that Rey or Finn, they were going on a path that he needs at least, like this movie would have been, I'm talking about Rey or Finn's arc. This would have worked better in the second movie, and then the third movie could be even more fleshed out. It would have been cool if he grabbed the saber, had some force, or a force ghost spoke to him by the end of the last movie. You know, that would have been kind of cool because I think he was trying to tell Rey that he's force sensitive because he kept talking to the other girl, telling he has these feelings and stuff. But that's me, fan fiction, you know. I'm gonna have another swig. Oh yeah, Rory Donald. He says to me, been digging your drawing films lately, but great, Bud. Oh, he said Bud. He called me Bud. Yeah, great to draw along. Thanks, man. Yeah, I love making them. I'm gonna make another one tonight probably. And it's always weird because I have to, after I do this live one, the morning one, I got to work on secret stuff to get ahead. And then when I do my drawing at night, in the evenings, I do something that I'm allowed to spoil because if I own it and all that stuff. But I try not to spoil too much. But I wrote a lot of Gilbert over the weekend, man. It's really cool. And I'm working on a book 4. I'm so happy with that. And Ronald Dandy, you don't have Disney Plus. You got to get it, man. Or if they release this Mandalorian on DVD, you got to buy that. If you don't want Disney Plus is like, I think $7 a month or something. I don't know. I have to get it. I watch a lot of it, but I have a whole household of kids, so my kids watch Disney shows all the time. My daughter watches a whole bunch of it. They're always on there, so it's worth it. It's not just for me, but I bought it for me, but I'm sharing it with everybody. And then Wayne says, I agree that the artwork reminds me of Ralph's Star Wars artwork. Yeah, Ralph McQuarrie, right, man. Mario's here. Good morning, Mario. Wayne says, Jay. Oh, JJ confirms that Finn wanted to tell Ray that he was force sensitive. Oh, cool. So I've picked it up too. It would have been cool. Like maybe it's possible. What if they explored that on a Disney Plus miniseries? But it seems like everything in the Disney Plus era of filming mini things, well, all of them, even the Marvel movies, everything kind of got put on hold because of the social distancing and the quarantine and all that stuff. Which we get it. It'll come back. We don't want anyone to turn into zombies, you know. So we'll keep it going. And I know it's a serious issue. I don't mean to joke about it, but it's serious. Yeah. Okay. Eddie says Monica has the issue. She's only seen New Hope. I know. All right. That's all right. It's the best one. If you're going to watch one and stop, it is New Hope. You watch that one. It's not confusing. It tells you everything you need to know. She wants to know to see all the episodes as released or in actual timeline order. I would see the Star Wars movies, New Hope, Empire, and then Return to Jedi, because there's so many things in those movies that get spoiled in the prequels. So if you're going to watch the original three, and then go back and watch the prequels, and then go back and watch the sequels. That's the way you do it. That's the proper viewing order. If you're courageous and you want to see 1 through 9, I think it's going to ruin the surprises. So make sure Monica watches New Hope, Empire, and Jedi first, because she needs to do that. Because when Force Awakens was coming out, it was about to appear at the movies. It was like a month or two before. That summer, I made sure I watched the original 3 with my kids, because I know they saw all through their, like when they were little, 2, 3, 4. I would put Star Wars movies on because I would watch the kids. So just for my own sanity, we watched Dora the Explorer in the morning, and then I put Star Wars in the afternoon. So they got used to seeing Star Wars in the background, but they never really were engaged in the story, so they didn't know what it was. They knew it was Star Wars, but they didn't know what Anakin burning meant and all this stuff. So, yeah, I was showing the Anakin burn. That's cool. Daddy, can you put the one that Anakin burns? But before Force Awakens, 2015, so that was like 4 years ago. So my daughter was about 10 or 11. And that was perfect age. I saw Star Wars when I was 8 years old, and I thought that was a perfect age. So we watched the movies. We watched the New Hope. They liked it, and I asked them what they thought, and they said, even my son was great, because he says, I know it had a way bigger impact on you when you were a kid, but I just thought it was okay. I don't want you to be upset or disappointed, but I thought it was okay. It felt like a movie to me. It didn't, I get it, because when we first saw it, nothing looked like that. It's kind of like now when you watch that movie Inception, the special effects are so awesome, or when you see the end scene of Endgame where all those portals open up, and that's like the biggest battle scene we've ever seen in a movie. That's like, and where you see Jurassic Park, you first see the dinosaur, and it's so crazy. Or Matrix, when they do that, and you never saw that before. So that's what Star Wars was, but it brought everything to us. We never saw anything like that before. And before that, we were watching like Bronco Billy or Starsky and Hutch, you know. The Lou Ferrigno was the best special effect we had. So Star Wars came up and blew our minds, especially when you're 8, 9, 10 years old. And that's just what happened. So that was their analysis of the movie, and they were used to it. They remember a lot of the scenes because I used to watch the movie a lot. So we put on Empire Strikes Back, and I said, you guys are going to really like this. So we sat down, and right away the movie engaged them, because Luke gets swatted with the tauntaun, or the monster hits him. Then there's a fight. There's a big battle in the snow. There's Yoda. There's all this stuff. There's Darth Vader fighting with the lightsabers with Luke. There's Han Solo and the carbonite. All this stuff is happening. And I see my daughter looking at the TV, and she's like, she's getting emotional because they captured Luke, they're torturing, or capturing Han Solo, they're torturing the guy. And then they froze him, and Chewbacca starts yelling, Rah! He starts yelling. And she said, is Chewbacca crying? And I said, yeah, I think so. He's sad. And she started crying. She's sitting on the couch. She started crying because she felt it. She was into the movie. There's nothing that got spoiled for her. And then the whole thing where Vader saying, "No, I'm your father." She went, "What?" Her face was like, and then Gordy told me he heard that before because it's out there. You know, everyone spoofs it. It's out there. It's like saying, "Scarlett, I don't give a damn." Everyone knows it. It's out there. So when that movie finished, she was like, "Well, what's going to happen next? Like, where are they going?" And it got her. And so she looked at me and said, "Daddy, that was a good movie." I'm like, "I know it was." And then I said, "You want to see the next one?" And she's like, "Yeah, put it on." But it was already like 10 o'clock, 10:30. And I said, "No, we'll watch it tomorrow because you're going to fall asleep." And so we watched Jedi. We're going through Return of the Jedi, and it's going really well. The Emperor and Vader and Luke rescuing Han Solo from Jabba. I was real excited. And Luke catching the lightsaber from R2. It was real excited. And then he turns on the green lightsaber. And she went, "It's green now." And I was like, all that stuff was there. So if you watch the prequels, you're going to see green exist. So don't do that. Watch the original three. And then they rescued him. And then he confronted Vader. But the one part, we were watching the movie. And she looked at me and says, "Wait, pause it. Pause the movie, Dad." And I paused it. And she went, "Leia's his sister?" I went, "Yeah." She went, all right, press start." And I pressed it. That's the only part that the kids were like, "No, that they didn't accept that. It came out of nowhere." And I agree. The original movie was supposed to be Luke looking for his sister. It wasn't supposed to be Leia, and it was supposed to be 4. That's what I heard the first time. But, you want to do stuff for so long, got to wrap it up, guys. So they wrapped it into Leia being a sister, and you could kind of tell that because all the kissing they did early on, that was to make Han Solo jealous. But you wouldn't grab your sister if you knew it in feelings and all these force. Somehow, I always knew. No, you didn't, because you just kissed your guy when he was all hurt. So, but anyway, we watched those, and then we saw the movie Force Awakens, and man, they loved it. They loved it. The Force Awakens is one of their favorite movies. And they get it that Leia is old and Han Solo's old. They knew who they were. But then when we saw the following summer, Rogue One came out. And we went, let's go see the new movie. And Rogue One confused them because they thought the girl was Rey. Is that Rey? Like, no, that's not Rey. Is that a young Leia? No, that's not Leia. Like, why is this happening? So they didn't know. They thought that was episode 7 versus episode 3.5, whatever it is. So I recommend watching the original 3, then watching the prequels, and then watch the Force Awakens stuff. Let them get a really chance, and then show her Rogue One after she wants to see more Star Wars. And even after Jedi, my son said to me, "Daddy, are there more Star Wars movies?" And I said, "Yes, I have 3 more." He said, "Are they just as good as these?" And I said, "They're good if you want more Star Wars, but they're not. These are the best ones." And he went, "Okay." So we watched the prequels, and there was a lot of laughter to be had and stuff like that. But it was really fun to share these with my kids. And the prequels, Force Awakens, they liked it, or the Phantom Menace. But the Attack of the Clones, my son laughed a lot at. He laughed a lot at Anakin, like touching a girl and said, "Oh, you're so soft," all that weird, creepy stalker stuff. And I think that's because too there's a lot of reviews of the prequels on YouTube, so they were familiar with the reviews. And then when we finally saw the movie, they said, "Well, that was okay. It wasn't that bad." So it was kind of weird, but show them the originals. That was a long explanation. So let me see what you guys are saying. I have 0 income. This pandemic hit me and moving. Oh man, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I don't know what to do there. I know we're all in a challenging stage of our lives. So yeah, you don't need Disney Plus. Get it when everything recovers. You'll find a way, man. I don't know what there is. You can do eBay, start a Patreon. I don't know. It's hard to do things if your ability to earn is cut off. Yeah, man. I wish you well, sir. You got to think creatively. Get through this. D. Brad says, "Good morning. I'm having breakfast with you now." Cool, man. Another swig of coffee. He also agrees to watch Star Wars. Start with A New Hope. New Hope, Empire, Jedi, and you'll be good. If you don't watch anymore, you'll be fine. If you watch more, it'll just add to your mythos. Be sure to watch the original trilogy like this. Oh, is that the uncut? Is that the, I don't want to click on that right now because it might break my stream. But I'll check that out later, Chad. Chad Gordy sent us a cool link. It's in the comments, so if you want to check out the link. It says original trilogy, something, something. Oh, it might be the radio show. So wouldn't you watch Rogue One before New Hope? That might. Yeah, you know what? If you start with Rogue One, that might work. It might, but it doesn't really show you. It might work, but you don't. It introduces you to Vader in a different way. That might work though. I never thought about that. Rogue One might be a good one to start with, but it doesn't. But it confuses you because there's a lot of references, like my friend doesn't like you, guy. I don't know. It might work, but I don't know if that would work for the first Star Wars movie. So I think with I think Rogue One, you have to have Star Wars knowledge going into that movie. I really do. I'm not sure. It might work. I never thought of that. Because you need to know kind of who Tarkin is. Maybe. Right? Maybe not. It might work that way, yeah. Maybe you could do 4 instead of 3. Start with Rogue One and then go into it. That would be kind of cool. I would try that. I wonder how it is for a new viewer to start that way. That might be fun. An unpopular opinion. Overly computerized special effects are not better than the OG practical effects. An over-reliance on modern CGI has all but ruined sci-fi, fantasy, and horror films. Ronald, yeah, I kind of agree with you there, dude. Because CGI effects don't hold up as much as practical, real things. Even Jabba the Hutt as a giant puppet looks better than any digital Jabba we've seen. So, yeah, I agree with you. Because plus CGI effects, they age. And we watched, I put on Phantom Menace on Disney Plus and it was so highly HD. It looked great. But then when Jar Jar showed up, he looked almost like a flat cardboard. He was real digitally animated, but he looked like a cartoon. He looked different, like he wasn't there with them. It was on a different plane or something. It looked really different. But yeah, I agree with you there. CGI does not hold up as much as like if you watch a Muppet movie, the first Muppet movie, there was no digital in there. Kermit riding a bike still blows my mind. And they did that practical. That was a puppet. That was a real thing. It probably exists somewhere. It's probably in a museum, but you could touch it. And like the sets of Phantom Menace, it's just all digital. They say they were on location, but I don't know if they were. Like I don't know if that forest was a real forest or they made it up. Yeah, and the character. Yeah, I agree. Like when you look at Lord of the Rings too, I think a lot of those characters were they weren't done with digital to shrink them. They were done with forced perspective camera tricks. Kind of like how my hand looks bigger next to this one. You go hello, like it's smaller. They're the same size, but they look smaller because of the camera. And you just get a highly focus on the camera. But that's what they did with that Lord of the Rings. So to shrink the hobbits, they just filmed them far away, and Gandalf would lean over them, pour them coffee or whatever, but they would be in the frame, but they would just be set back. It was real interesting to see how they did that. I always wondered, because everything looks really good in that movie. And believe it or not, I only seen Lord of the Rings one time. That was all I needed. I saw it one time in a theater. I saw them all one time in a theater, and I was like, that was good. I want to leave it. I don't want to go into it too much, because 3 hours of movie is a lot of investment. But it's okay. It's coming from a guy who watched Breaking Bad 13 times, right? And so, Ed Vargas, thanks so much. Thanks, Eddie. Yeah, Jar Jar needs some love. Yeah, I like Jar Jar. When you get past all of those things that people cringe about the new movies, or it's not like how I wanted it, or you just enjoy it. Like a lot of times I'll bring my family to the movies. It'll cost me $75 to get in the theater, and then another $150 for popcorn. So you think I'm going to sit in there and hate the movie? No, I'm going to love it. Until this day, that Ben Affleck Daredevil movie was the most fun I ever had in a theater. just because I spent so much money, and then we had dinner, and so it was a night out. But I remember that's the movie we saw, and that's one of the worst superhero movies ever. But but I enjoy it because I just spent all kinds of money to sit there and look like this and watch him fight Jessica Alba, whoever that was, on a teeter totter. He ended up marrying that girl anyway. Jennifer Alba? Jennifer something. She does commercials. And I always feel like she talks like a little kid. It's weird, her voice is like a little kid. Because she sounds like my daughter's friends. I don't know, it's weird. But she's beautiful, so talented, I guess. So that's good. I love The Last Jedi. Yeah, Mario. I did too. There was a lot to it that was overlooked. There's a lot of creativity in that movie. And the Yoda stuff, him burning the tree before Luke can go get the books, that's a nice touch. And then you see Yoda still has powers. I really liked it. It was cool. And out of all of the sequels, I probably saw that more times than any. Probably because it was on Netflix for a while, and I know I watched it at least 5 times on there. But I really liked that. And the only thing that is a little bit off is it takes place the moment Force Awakens ends. And so I kind of wish that there was some time went by, much like the Last Jedi and Skywalker movie. There was a lot of time went by. You could tell people look different. People have hairstyles. They just look different. They got different outfits. So it would have been cooler if there was a little bit of time lapse. But I get it because she's training with Luke. But I'm okay with it. It was all right. I watch it over and over. I can't complain. If you think a movie sucks, like the worst movie that I ever saw was like Killer Clowns from Outer Space or House of a Thousand Corpses. I saw House of a Thousand Corpses, and this was so bad, awful movie, and I didn't like it. I felt bad. You think I'm going to watch it again? I'm never, ever, ever going to watch that movie. I'm never going to watch Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I'm never going to do it. I tried it, I don't like it. Why would I put it on again? So if I'm watching Star Wars movies over and over and over, it doesn't mean they're bad. It means I like them, right? If they're bad, so what? What about the Ewok movies? Andrew Clark asked me. I remember seeing them as a kid. I never saw them again, mostly because I don't know where to find them. I know there's clips on YouTube, but there was cool moments in the Ewok movie when they were fighting the monsters, I remember. And but they were made for kids, but they were made for too young of a kid, I think. I think every Star Wars fan tuned in to watch them, and every Star Wars fan was disappointed, except for like the 3-year-old, 4-year-old kid. So, because they had that little cute little girl with the blonde curly hair, she could have been someone that could have went through the Ewok movies, and we could have saw her grow on screen. She could have been a hero. She could have been fighting creatures with a stick or something, but it didn't go that way. And Wilford Brimley was in there too, eating food with no sugar. A low carb meal with the beatas with the Ewok beatas. He was in there, but I don't know. I gotta check him out, but there's probably a lot you can edit them down to all one movie. And there was that one kid wore an X-wing pilot suit. So there was things that connected us to the movies, but it wasn't. I don't know. It was okay. I don't remember them too much. This Rogue One may spoil that the Death Star has a weakness. Yes, you're right. It may spoil. That's kind of like I said. Start with the original 3, because then you go in there fresh, and the first reveal you get of Vader is like in the hallway when he walks in. Dun, 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 dun. He walks in there, and when I first saw it as a kid, man, I got chills. I still feel it. I feel the same way. So that's how a bad guy gets introduced. He just walks in the room right through the smoke. You see him come forward through the smoke. They did that in Rogue One, but you see him in a tank already. So the Rogue One kind of connects more to the prequels than it does to. I think it connects more to the prequels than it does to the originals, because you see Mustafar, and it's the only planet they don't name in the thing, but you know it's the volcano planet, the lava planet from the prequels. So I think that's a good one to attach to the prequels. And the Han Solo movie too is a standalone. And Han Solo, if you watch Han Solo, watch that after you've seen the originals. But that one's good if you look at it as a Chewbacca origin story. If you look at it as a Chewbacca origin story, you're gonna have more fun with the movie than a Han Solo origin story. Because Han Solo, I like the kid did good, but his face, he didn't look like him, and that's the only thing that takes me out of it a little bit. But after a while, I like it though. I watched that one about 3 or 4 times too. So I like them all. The Han Solo one's good because it doesn't connect anything. It doesn't force you into it too much. But I wish they would make 3, because people didn't go see it. So I don't think they're gonna. I think their intention was to do 3. I don't think they're gonna do 3, and I wish they would, because the next one would have been cool if he saw Jabba or he met Boba Fett or something. And I think that was their intention, because I saw an interview with the kid who plays young Han Solo. I forget his name now, but they interviewed this guy and they asked him, how long you gonna be Han Solo, and he said for 3 movies. They're like, really? And then he wasn't supposed to say that, but he said, I'm gonna be Han Solo for 3 movies, which was like, yes, I heard that. I saw the video of him saying that, and then it doesn't look like we're getting that. It would have been cool if the second movie was with Jabba, he finds Jabba, and then he meets Boba Fett, and then the third one would have maybe connected it to Darth Maul and Obi-Wan. I think that was the original plan. Sounds like it. It feels like it. Because Star Wars has been talking about doing a Boba Fett movie for all this time and doing an Obi-Wan movie. And now with Disney Plus, I think Boba Fett movie turned into Mandalorian, and Obi-Wan movie turned into, there's going to be Obi-Wan series. Hopefully, we'll see some Darth Maul in the Obi-Wan series to connect it to the Han Solo movie. That would be cool. I would even love to see a Chewbacca, Disney Plus Chewbacca movie, where maybe he loses the Falcon or something, or how he gets captured or something like that, because there's a lot to be told with Chewbacca. And I realized that Chewbacca's, if you own a Millennium Falcon, you get a Wookiee. So anyone who flew the Falcon has Chewbacca with them. But I wouldn't mind having a Chewie. You never need a pillow, just lean on your buddy. Yeah, man. Ronnie says exactly about the CGI. Yeah, man. That's I agree with you about CGI. Wayne says, that there's a problem with the Death Star in New Hope because Vader's looking for the plans. Yeah, he's nervous. He's very nervous. Yeah, that's a good point. He's very nervous that they might find a weakness and exploit it. That's what they say to him. Yeah. Nikolai said, oh yeah, Beret. Hell yeah, man. I got coffee too, Jamar. Take a sip for the working man. That's good stuff, man. Brian Lynch, I love that the first few movies had actual costumes, and Yoda being a puppet worked great. Right, man. And the cool thing about their costumes, they weren't clean. If you look at the prequels, everybody's suits are real clean. They're real shiny. They look pressed. They're just clean. Like the white shirts in the Phantom Menace are very white and bright. The white shirts in The New Hope, they're all worn. It looks like an old cotton t-shirt that they wore for years. Like Han Solo's outfit, it looks like he had that on for at least a year and a half. He wears that. That's what he wears. And the only time you saw clean outfits is when he went to Bespin. Even when they were on Hoth, they were all dirty and grimy. Tatooine's dirty and grimy. And so Bespin was the cleanest thing we saw. We saw Lando walking in with high heels and flare pants. That was the only place that has fashion in the universe. And so even Han Solo's coat, and that was beat up. But yeah, I agree. And then when you have actors sitting in an environment, they react to the environment. They react to the sand. They react to the rocks, the trees, the wind. And you see their hair blow. Like when Luke is talking with, when they're buying the droids from the Jawas, his hair's blowing because there's wind. So you don't get that in a digital environment, an indoor place. The environment doesn't affect the actors. And they have to pretend to look at something. So it's real different to react to somebody's face or pretend that you're looking at them. So that's another thing that takes you away from 100% of acting, because now you have to, it's like, oh wait, where are their eyes? Okay. And you have to, it's kind of like what I said about the White Sox not winning in 2006 was because they started growing long hair and beards. It's something that takes you away from 100% concentration. And I think CGI and CGI characters don't help the actor. It's like that movie with, I didn't see it, but it was Harrison Ford with a digital dog. From what I heard, that the digital scenes with Harrison and the dog were weird. And to me, it looks like Roger Rabbit. Roger Rabbit worked because that's what it's supposed to look like. But I've heard that about that. So I agree with that. about the digital things. Let's see. Yeah, about the costumes and stuff. Practical effects are better. Like even home movies. You want to, you go to Disney, you could do a home movie with a green screen behind you and dance. Or would you rather have a video of people dancing in the living room? Because it gives you the depth too. People in the far background are, yeah, you get it. I'm over explaining, but. And then let's see. Ronnie said he binged watched the first 3 Netflix Daredevil 3 times in a row. 3 times. Yeah, man, that's a good show. The Daredevil show, man. I didn't see season 3. I just have to watch it. But that hallway scene, if you're going to watch one scene of that whole thing, that hallway scene, I think it's like the 3rd episode of this first season. Man, is that cool. It's one camera take. That's the best. They tried to redo it in season 2 in a staircase. That was a good scene. But my second favorite scene besides the hallway scene is when Kingpin is just looking at the painting and you just focus in on his back and he's just looking at a painting. That's so much you need to know about the Kingpin. I have to watch season 3, but if I watch them, I'm going to watch them all again. And then I know Punisher was good. People told me to watch Punisher. So I got to see that. And Wayne finished Breaking Bad. Oh, yeah, man, did you dig it? That's cool. Let's see, Chris, Two Sheds Erickson. They did all right with Jar Jar in the Clone Wars TV show. He's cool. Yeah, I've been watching Clone Wars too, and that's a hard watch for me because each episode is so full ingrained in storytelling, which each episode is like a mini movie. It doesn't quite connect to the next one. So that's a hard binge watch because my brain gets a lot of exercise. And I got to look at the screen, so that's a hard one to draw and watch, but I really enjoy that one too. But that one you got to be high alert to watch the Clone Wars. I feel you got to be, all your senses got to be on. You got to really be paying attention to that show because if you miss something, you're going to be confused. But I really like that. I like Asajj Ventress is in there and Tyrannus, Lord Tyrannus, or Dark Dooku, Lord Dooku. That's a good one. I really like it. Let's see. Jennifer Garner. Yeah, I'm a little bit behind on these things. Right, I couldn't remember her name. Jennifer Garner. Wayne says, I finished Breaking Bad, but I prefer Better Call Saul. I'm starting season 5. Yeah, man, Better Call Saul is great. And I wish, yeah, I love Saul. And he goes through more dramatic changes than anything. If you start out the first season with him and his brother, Saul feels real small and dependent and childlike. But then these new ones, man, these last few episodes, man, he went through some changes. Heartfelt, life-changing events, traumatic things hit him. And I really like it. And I'm real curious if somebody who never saw any of them, if they start with Better Call Saul and watch it through to Breaking Bad. I wonder how the last season of Saul is going to connect to Breaking Bad. And if it connects so well and seamless, I'm going to love it. And I saw Saw maybe about 3 or 4 times already. But the new season I only saw once. Each episode once. So once it finishes, I think we have one more episode. Then I'm going to watch it again. But Breaking Bad universe is like my favorite universe besides Star Wars universe. And I love watching Breaking Bad, and it goes right into El Camino. And El Camino is just like a 2-hour Breaking Bad episode. And it's good. I love these shows. And I think we're living in a golden age of storytelling for TV because they're writing TV shows like movies should be written. People are cheapening out on the movies, and sometimes you go to a movie and think that wasn't good. You know, just saw. What'd you see? Casper's here. Just saw her last night in the intervention of Lying. Was Jennifer Garner? Yeah, she's okay. She's not one of my favorites. I like that little girl who's in I don't even know her name. I always see when she's in the one that they sing. I never saw those, but she's in there's a Glee Club movie that they sing. And then she's in Up in the Air with George Clooney. Oh, Anna Kendricks. I like her. She's good. And I like certain ones. They engage me in them. They're doing something that's engaging. So I like her a lot too. Versus Jennifer Garner's okay. I get bored with her. I can't get past her. Maybe that's it. I have a hard time with Brad Pitt now and Ben Affleck. I can't get past them. I can't believe who they are. I feel like I see their acting. And it's kind of like Humphrey Bogart. You see Bogart. You don't know who he played, but he's a Humphrey Bogart all the time. But Jim's Cagney. He's always Cagney. And I don't know, it's okay, but sometimes I can't get through it. But Clint Eastwood, I know he's Clint Eastwood, but he's cool. He's Clint Eastwood in the movie, so he works. I think George Clooney works. Clint Eastwood's really cool. But that's the thing. It's like you're so iconic that you sometimes you act like you do because that's the way you act, and that's who every character becomes you, which is cool. Gotta go. Oh, Eddie, thanks, Weasel, man. It's good to see you. Sending me love. When all this epidemic clears up, we gotta go get some wings again. Get some wings and a few drinks and have a good time and sit down there and hang out and tell stories. Oh, Andrew Clark says the Battle of Endor is the best of the two. Was there two? Was there three? I know there was Ewok Adventure, Battle of Endor. Wasn't there the Caravan of Courage or something? I thought there were 3 movies. I'm not sure. It could be cool to see her in as a grown-up in Mandalorian. Who was a grown-up? Oh, the little girl with the curly hair. Yeah, that would be something, right? I wonder what she looks like now. I don't even know the girl's name. But she would have been cool. And then didn't they abandon their parents in the Ewok movie or something? They lost their parents. I can't remember what the story was. I had to see them again. The Clone Wars and Rebels are great shows. Also, Rebels should be feeding into season 2 of Mandalorian. That's what I heard because Ahsoka Tano's in there now, played by Rosario Dawson. And I heard that they're going to feed into there. Yeah, that would be cool, man. I hope they show a planet of the Yodas. That would be fun. I don't know. I don't want to anticipate because I really enjoy the show. And if I anticipate, I'm going to be disappointed. Like, I anticipated so much stuff with Snoke. But then when he got killed, I really loved that scene. That's so good. But I don't want to anticipate because then it blows my... then it ruins the movie. So that I think Mandalorian shows up in October, I think it is. It comes back in October. And Scott Casper's, wow, couldn't finish the Han Solo movie. The only one I haven't liked. Yeah, I really like Han Solo. It's an adventure. It's just an adventure movie. It's not the best Star Wars movie, but I enjoy it because of what it does. It has new characters, more things. It has some disappointment, like when the girl takes the mask off with the what's her name? Mother Nest, whatever her name. She took the mask off as a little kid. I wish it was somebody else, someone more grizzled. Somebody more grizzled and like been doing this for a while. It would have been cool to see a Forrest Whitaker under there, something like that. But it wasn't, and then it kind of diffused the whole purpose of them robbing the train. I don't know, it like didn't diffuse the purpose, but I thought they would be more badass than that. They're more like a peaceful rebellion protesters. It would have been cool if they were meaner, like more of a group to be feared. I don't know, but then I guess the second and third movie is supposed to do that, but they're never going to do that. But I thought it would have been cool to see Forrest Whitaker under there, or who's the guy from The Matrix? Lawrence Fishburne? Someone like that. An older, it would have been like Apollo Creed, how they're using Apollo Creed in The Mandalorian. He's just cool. Like someone anybody under there. Even that guy who's played Bishop, that guy who played Bishop in Aliens, imagine if he was Enfys Nest. He took that thing off and it was him, That would have been cool. Someone like that. Someone like who could, or Clint Eastwood. What if it was Clint Eastwood? That would have been a better impact, I think, to the story. But I don't know, like someone who could mentor Han Solo or something. That would have been my choice. Kevin Bixby says, "Oh yeah, man." Scotty Casper, have you watched any of the classic Disney cartoons on Disney Plus? We did. My family gets in them. I had a Mickey marathon. We watch all the old Mickeys, like the one with were they Clockworkers or were the original Ghostbusters? Those were cool. But my family watched. They did a marathon a few weeks ago with Lady and the Tramp, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, all of these movies. And I watched the one where Maleficent. I watched a Maleficent movie, and then I watched the original Sleeping Beauty. And the Maleficent movie is pretty cool. It told her backstory a little bit. Let me get a drink. And then Ronnie's highly caffeinated. Yeah, man. After this, I'm going to redo it, refill, do my thing. And Pat Carroll says, oh, yeah, Pat Carroll. Michael Campobasso's here. Skoke. What's up, brother? Hello there. Hello there. It's from Obi-Wan. Hope you enjoy a lot of Obi-Wan Kenobi talk today, or a lot of Star Wars talk. And I'm a little bit behind on things, but you guys are awesome. You commenting and get me going on some stories. Everyone really looks sweaty in The Force Awakens. Did they look sweaty? Yeah, right? Yeah, Finn, when he was on, he was sweating a lot. Well, he was wearing black and he was wearing armor in the desert, so that would get you sweaty. And Ronnie says, yes! And reminiscent of the original Old Boy. I'm not sure what Old Boy is, but I'm going to say I agree with you. Oh, you have to weather the costumes. Nothing in life is pristine. Right. Nothing looks good, especially if you're out there fighting a war in the stars. I'm pretty pristine today, though. You know, it's not bad. My clothes are nice and clean. I shaved today. I got to perform for you guys. A lot of guys do live streams, and you see they're just sitting there all hurting with people in the background. And you just see garbage. Live stream from the kitchen, you see the Cheetos bag. Now I got to make you guys enjoy what you're saying. You know, I got to look pleasant as well as speak pleasant, you know. My pleasantries of the solitary solitude. Yeah. It said, I need to rewatch Daredevil. Yeah, I need to catch up on that again. I started the Power Man one, Luke Cage, but I didn't get through a lot of it. And I watched Jessica Jones, and that was okay, but it just felt like I was watching something that was a TV show that just told me weird stories. I'm okay with it, but I don't know if I need it. Like, people keep making things and putting things out there, and people still get mad at me because I never saw the Game of Thrones. But they're like, oh, you'll like it. I go, yeah, but now I got to find room to add that into my life. It's like homework. It feels almost like homework. Like, oh, you have to do this. And I said, well, let me do what I can do first, and then I'll get to it. You know, but I'll get to the Luke Cage. I haven't seen that Iron Fist one. It'll all happen. I meant to watch season 1 of Daredevil 3 times this month when it was released. I saw it right when it came out. It was pretty cool. And D. Brad said he watched Mandalorian. Sounds like he watched it as it was released too. Season 2 of Netflix, Luke Cage is really awesome. Oh, they made 2. I didn't know they made 2 seasons. Bushmaster, played by Mustafa Shakir, was simply one of Marvel's best villains translated to film. There were multiple moments throughout season 2 I was actually rooting for him. Oh, cool. I have to check it out. I got to Luke Cage maybe the 3rd or 4th episode. The last one I saw, he was sitting on a front porch with an old guy trying to save his business or something. But I like that one because they had the bad guy was cool. He's a rich guy. Yeah, I'll get back into it eventually. The Ewok Adventure Caravan of Courage are the same movie, just different title. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. That's cool. I gotta watch them again too. I gotta watch everything. But I seen it once. I'm good. It's in there. The train heist was a train wreck. Oh, and Han Solo? You didn't like that, huh? Yeah, it was weird. It was weird that the lady, sacrificed herself because a droid was shooting at her. So she didn't have to go. She should have went out getting shot rather than blowing herself up. But Woody Harrelson was, I don't know. When people die in Star Wars, people always scream. They scream the same way. Ray! No! They always do that. But I enjoyed it. I like Chewbacca with the goggles. I mean, I'm looking at things that, if I never saw it in Star Wars, I kind of like it. But the train was interesting when it rode on the rail and went upside down. But yeah, it was a big adventure scene that I didn't quite understand. And then they were stealing stuff, and then it blow up anyway. They didn't get they didn't get their heist stuff anyway. I don't know. I got to see that again too. Clint would have made a great old Bruce Wayne in Batman Beyond. You can't get Clint. They should have got Kevin Conroy. Yeah, right. Now they're thinking about getting Michael Keaton. That would have been cool. He's like old and grizzled now. You could throw him in there. Old Boy, he's messed up. I don't know what Old Boy is, but maybe I'll check that out. The hallway scene in Daredevil Season 1. There's an old Korean film made in America, but the OG Korean is better. Wow, better scene. That is a scene taking place in the hallway. Watch it alone. It's not for kids. Oh, I get it. Yeah, I have to. I know a lot of stuff like that's inspired from other things. So that might be cool. That's a good tip, sir. Thanks, Ronnie. And Wayne said the Marvel Netflix series are a few episodes too long. Oh, yeah. If they shorten them to 8 or 9 episodes, the stories would work better. Yeah, that's probably true. Sometimes they stretch them out to meet that 10 episode sweet spot. But I'm a big fan of things being told tight, being told with enough room. And I'm a big fan of shows ending. When I watch it, I want it to end so I can move on to the next thing. I like all of that. Yes. Another swig of coffee. Oh, Old Boy's a Korean film. I'll send you a link. Cool, man. I'll probably check it out. I hope it's in English, because if I got to read it, then I can't work and watch it. You know, if there's subtitles, I'll save it. I'll watch it another time somewhere. But that sounds pretty cool. Wow. I think I'm going to get going. It was great to talk to you guys. And once again, thank you for joining me for Famous Cartoonist Says Things in the Morning. I never know what I'm going to talk about. And you guys responding to me is so cool. And it gets me to talk and gets my brain active and alive for the rest of the day. And I couldn't talk in the morning like this without you guys commenting. So I just stream it on my one channel so I could see everyone commenting. I try to read them all. And are you streaming tonight? Yeah, I think so. I think I'm going to stream where I share my screen so you don't see my hand. But I don't know how long I'll be. The last few streams I've been, like the last talking one I did was like 2 hours. And the last few streams I did were 3 hours. And sometimes that's good, but then I have to take a break because after I stream, I'm exhausted. It's so weird that streaming or drawing for 3 hours straight does exhaust you. So I guess I'm used to drawing for an hour or two, taking a break, come back an hour or two. I just got to get up and move my body, walk around a little bit, and see what the other people in the house are doing. So I'll probably do a live stream tonight, probably around 7:38. I do that spot. Like I always stream after I've eaten dinner and I get back into it. But if I stream too late and I stay up too late, then the morning show is going to be late because I just wake up when I'm done sleeping. I don't set an alarm clock, but I woke up today and then I'm like, oh man, I want to talk to my people. So hopefully I'll probably stream tonight for a little bit. I don't know if it'll be a 3-hour stream. Like today I was like, I don't want to, hopefully I don't go 2 hours today, but if I do, I do, you know. But you guys are awesome. And enjoy your coffee. One more swig. My coffee's now Luke Skywalker warm. So I'm going to go heat it up in the microwave. Convecture versus conjecture, whatever to call it. I'm going to do my thing, man. You guys stay positive. And Ronnie, I'm sending you good thoughts, man. You got to do your thing. Embrace life. Take it. Be creative. And everyone will come out of this thing, man. You got to find out what makes you happy and do that every day. Let's see some Ewok paintings from Andrew Clark. You never know, man. I'm going to be painting some stuff this weekend. This guy here, where is he? This is going to be Neptunian. He's an alien. He's real dry now, but it took a while to dry. It's going to be one of the Mego action figures. That's going to be him. He's like a Star Trek alien. I might do him, and I might do another guy for Mega Museum auction or the raffle, so people could donate, and then we raise money for the website, stuff like that. But I'm going to do more. I got at least 8 canvases to cover, maybe 9. I got a giant one. I was thinking about painting the Harold's Chicken thing and bring it over there, but I haven't been there in a while. I don't know if they remember me because they have managers turn over a lot there. So I got to just walk in one day with the painting and say, "Can you please hang it up?" And hopefully they hang it up or not throw it away. I don't know. Or I could paint it and sell it. So it's real different. What if I painted a Star Wars scene on it? That would be more, I think people would like that more if I painted something Star Wars, you know, or an Avengers Attack of Thanos or something. Is it Thanos or Thanos? I think I say Thanos. But people are saying take it easy. Thank you. Let's see some Ewoks, man. I'm working on stuff. Yeah, man, Ronnie, do your thing. And Thank you, everybody, for joining me. I thank the Weasel. I thank Two Sheds. I thank Deep Brad. All you guys are in here. I think Treese was in here. Wayne was in here. If I missed you, it's kind of like Romper Room. Romper, Stomper, Bomper, Boom. Tell me who I see. So thanks for watching, man. I'll do this again tomorrow. I'll do some live streaming tonight. You get to see me drawing. I'll probably draw some Gilbert pages. Gilbert I could draw and not get in trouble. There's no spoilers. Another drink. Cool, man. Keep doing your thing. Be nice to each other. And eat good food. Hug your babies. You guys are awesome. Okay, bye-bye.